Run with the wind. All right, but we're not going to sing Jimi Hendrix here because that would be a copyright violation. Okay? Although I'm pretty sure Jimmy would be cool enough to like let me do that in real life for 3 seconds. It's not worth the risk. So gratitude, guys. Now the first thing we want to do with gratitude is the subject of gratitude is address the fact that nobody wants to do it. Right? We hear the word gratitude and then we're immediately like, really though? Is that like, for me, that sounds like eating an apple a day to keep the doctors away. That's the kind of vibe that it has. It's like, oh, it's this extra thing that like you could do if you're like a super virtuous person, but not for me, man. I got too much on my plate for gratitude. What is that? And why would I want that in my life? Okay? I don't even want the one apple, which is a problem in itself. They're really good, guys. I used to not like apples as a kid, but I do now. They're real good. Anyway, so let's fix this. Let's fix our mentality first of all on how we receive this word gratitude. Let's understand it better so that then we can talk about its modes and occurrences, right? So, gratitude. This really means appreciating the things in your life that if they were not there, your quality of life would diminish in a way that you do not enjoy. Right? That's my definition of gratitude. And it's important, it's real important if you want to do it correctly to focus on what it's like in the absence of that thing. Okay, that's how you really generate appreciation. It's easy to be like, oh, I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful for my rubies and sapphires. I'm grateful for my front porch swing that I didn't even buy. It just came with the house. Okay? It's easy to think of those things. I'm grateful for my dog bowls that are a premium quality that I bought at Petco, and they're okay, you get the idea. So you say that, and it's like, okay, well, what now? Like, who cares? Right? That's because you're not doing it right. The right way to do gratitude is by really getting in there. Okay? So I like to start with things of significance. Things of significance to you personally is the way to go about this. So you don't want to just be like, oh, I'm so thankful for all the food that I have. Like, if that doesn't do it for you, then skip that. Jump right to the things that you really do care about. Maybe that's your PS5. I don't care. This isn't like Quaker Christian. This isn't owned by Quakers. You know, like you don't have to be like, oh, I'm thankful for my life, existence, and like edgy, corny things like that. They're good things, obviously, but like cliche, corny, maybe unrelatable in terms of like making an actual psychological impact when we think about it. Let's start with the things we really care about right now. Maybe that's your PS5. Okay, so think about all the joy that brings to you. Think about all the time you spend with it and like how much joy and life value you get out of that thing. And then, think about your life before that. Think about all the games you didn't get to play yet. Think about if it wasn't invented at all. Think about if somebody like stole it today or something like that. And then, so once you can visualize the absence of it and how much meaning it has brought to you and is currently bringing to you, that's when you can feel the actual appreciation. And that appreciation feeling, that is gratitude, my friends. It's not just saying, I'm grateful for my PS5. I'm grateful for my shoes, my shoe collection. I'm grateful for my alfalfa sprouts that are in the fridge that I didn't eat because I wanted to, but like I never got around to it because they don't taste good. Okay? They're packed with nutrition, but for the life of me, I just can't handle eating them raw, which is how you get the benefit. Anyway, Jimi Hendrix says, take anything you want from me, right? And Little Wing. Take anything you want from me. So the alfalfa sprouts, cool. So the PS5, great. So find the things that correspond with your soul, that accord with your soul right now, the things in your experience. I like to delve into internet. Guys, that's so big. Think about how much value that's brought to your life and how it would suck if that was my eye. Does my eye hurt? With 1,000 smiles she gives to me free. and how it would suck if we did not have internet. This video right now, you wouldn't be watching without this weird thing called internet and computers. That just happened in the last 20 years. Really. Think about that, guys. Of all the years you've been alive, whether you're 20 now, whether you're 40 or 60, these are like the most important years of all of that in terms of the capability of humans, what we're able to do in communication and connection, in work and career and freedom, personal freedom and independence, freedom of knowledge. There's so many like plus sides of internet that you might just overlook because you haven't thought about it too much. It's just there all the time, right? So you haven't like thought it through too much, or it's just you're used to it now, or like you're perceiving it negatively because it's like, oh, media, like videos, guys, TikTok videos, and you just like lump all that into a group and you just hate it collectively. So you're like actually missing the real value of everything. Anyway, like, you know, there's any possible number of mindsets you could have. But when you really think about like the quality of life that it brings, like all the fun and entertainment and all the Facebooking, the dating websites, business, guys, internet is of absolute cornucopia of a receptacle for our appreciation, just waiting to be there. That one just goes without saying. Just think about all those things that wouldn't be there, all the benefits that it brings, that it has brought to your life. And then it's like, thank God I was born in the age of the internet, where I get to experience this thing. Of all those thousands of years of human civilization that we know of, right? That modern archaeology knows about, okay? The age of Sumeria and Egypt and Greece and so on, from then on. Like, after 6,000 years of civilization, guys, you were born in a little time slot, the last 50 years, with internet. Think about how crazy that is. Even if you believe in rebirth, it's like, cool, I'm finally here. Thank God. If you don't believe in rebirth, then you should thank God twice, because this is your only time being alive as a human, and you landed in this one, right? So if that's your view, that's even like luckier, to be honest. It's even more worthy of gratitude. Running with the wind. I'm going to extract all this knowledge I'm giving and like put it on paper later, but let's continue. So yeah, so really think through the topic of interest to you like that. Think about the benefits that it brings to your life. Think about what its absence is like, and that will really help you like feel that joy. So that's what the practice of gratitude is about. Make a list of things, and then the cliche is to start off with that every morning, because every morning when you wake up, your mind is inclined to immediately go to your subconscious is like carrying things through from the sleep realm that you didn't address maybe the day before, or maybe it's literally anything from the week, from the month, something you didn't say to somebody, something that somebody said that angered you, things you're worried about. Those kind of creep in to your subconscious in the morning, and your mind is like trying to remind you of them so that you can address them. So a good way to counteract that is to really be mindful right off the bat and be like, all right, well, I just woke up in this paradise. What are the things that I'm so thankful that are here? Because I just came from nothing, so to speak, right? That's kind of the attitude you want. I just emerged from nothingness. And now I've been granted all these things. I have internet, I have refrigerator, I have electricity in this modern time, in this era. Of all these 6,000 years, I have these things now. I don't have to go right out into the field and start tilling with my oxen in the twilight, hoping that my radishes will come up in 3 months from now so that we can eat some shitty half-assed porridge with my wife and my 8 kids who are helping me till the fields in the darkness. And there's no books because we can't afford that. That's for the rich people. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? Like, really put into perspective what the thing is saving you from. That is even better. Not just like how much worse off you'd be, but like, what is it saving you from? What sorrows, what sufferings is that thing saving you from? Okay, so this modern society we have, it's actually really effing good. It's really effing good. Yeah, we perceive the problems in it because there's things that need to be fixed and that are not fixed for certain reasons we will not get into here. But when you put it into perspective with regard to ancient civilizations, where like swords and shields and death and cholera were the norm, and crucifixions and public stonings were the norm, and lack of medical care and lack of birth support, then it's kind of scary when you're like, oh, this is what I have right now. This is heaven on earth right now. And I'm just not acknowledging it every day. I'm a bad person. Just kidding. But like, that's kind of how you feel once you like get into it for the first time for real and like actually think about all that. You're like, oh geez, I went all these years like not appreciating what I've been spared from, the sufferings I've been spared from. I can just go to the store and pick up an avocado and a grapefruit. Just pick it up. I don't have to till an orchard. I don't have to tend to my gardens with my staff and my sheeps. Like, you there, stay away from my grapefruit. You don't have to do that. You don't even have to go pick it yourself. And it's just right there. You just grab it and go home and then do the things that you wanted to do, right? Have a family, have a career. If you don't like your career, well, that's a whole different story. You should find one that you do. Do some self-work. Know your worth. Okay? So anyway, there's tons of things we can think about with gratitude. You can be grateful for your virtuous qualities. You can be grateful for the virtuous qualities of others in your life. You can be grateful for what those people provide you in your life, what they've done for you. Like rather than just letting it go into the annals of your memory and just forgetting about it. Think about how this person's contributed to your life positively. That's indispensable to your life experience. Okay, be grateful for, yeah, obviously technology. That's just like a huge one. That's like the basic, guys. Technology, modern agriculture, modern civilization structure. All that's like the basics. Availability of water, yes. We said we weren't going to get into corny stuff, but really when you think about it, like think about what it's sparing you from. Think about carrying the water jug on your head from some shitty poisoned, like dirty pond, like 2 miles away. You don't have to do that. You don't have to dig a well. It's just there in your house. And you're just like, oh, let me wash my hands in it. Let's just add soap to it. Let's ruin it with soap. Let's ruin it with hand. I don't know. And yeah, like just think about that though. So that's how you actually appreciate things like water. Appreciate life. Think about how before this was just nothingness for you, eternal nothingness. Yeah, that's one view that people have. Whether they're conscious of it or not, they're assuming eternal nothingness. Yeah? You get to have this cool thing called life. That's crazy. You should be going crazy right now. You should be the coolest, funnest person to be around right now because that's what you believe. And there's nothing stopping you from having an absolute rip-roaring time. Sorry, my cat is clawing my bookshelf. TikToks. I don't feel like doing TikToks. Okay, so what was I saying? Sparing you from sufferings. Hey, knock it off. You're weird. You're being weird. Okay, well, anyway, I lost my train of thought. Water. Be appreciative for life itself. That's how you be appreciative for life. You put it in perspective about how it would have been otherwise. Okay? Anyway, we could go on for ages. This is my short video on gratitude. Short video on gratitude. Apparently my cat picked a book for me and it took it off the shelf. So now I have to go clean that up, okay? I'm grateful for that bookshelf. I'm grateful for that cat. They bring such value to my life, except when they don't. Except when they don't. I'm just kidding. Gotta have some fun with these things, right? All right, guys, enjoy gratitude. Figure it out yourself. Figure out what that means for you. And have a rip-roaring time appreciating things by doing the process correctly. Okay? Peace out.